Capri Sun.
Excellent. Let us begin.
Here we are. We're live, folks. All right. We are very live, aren't we? Extremely, yes. All right. Welcome back to Forged in Steel, Vampire the Masquerade, the first campaign ever published to this game. The campaign that started the hype, you could say. I have played this campaign. I have lost count. That's all I'm going to say about that. And with this time, we have all the cool people, right?
Yippee. Yes.
Yeah, but especially me.
You could say that.
All the cool people.
Well, see, yeah. Do you guys want to quickly introduce for the audience your characters?
Sure. Alright, I am El Duende, playing Tony Hernandez, the Bruja gangster.
Hello, I am Dominic, playing Sylvester, a Malkavian vampire that's a rock star. Continue.
Hello, I'm Trollson, playing Franklin the Nosferatu, a civil engineer.
I'm
I'm playing Goldtooth Charlie, a former gangster who was turned into a vampire on the night of his retirement from crime.
Gotta be honest, out of all of us, Goldtooth has the most main character energy.
Really? We'll see about that soon enough, won't we?
I'm Darcy. I'm playing Kate Peretti, a premier tech student trying to make it big in a small city.
It's weird. No, it's lonely, I should say, field to be a tech student in 1991.
Yeah.
Has
Tech's everywhere. I saw someone buy a computer 3 weeks ago.
and we've all seen war games, haven't we?
Yeah. No, not at all. Tony does not know what the fuck any of you were talking in terms of.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's a fad. I don't think it's gonna take off.
If you ever said the word D&D in front of Tony, he would go, what, is that some sort of STD or some shit?
I think there's a book called Investigative Reporting from the 70s, which is all about investigative journalism. And it's fascinating to read because most of it just reads like it could have been written today, except for one bit where it discusses computers. And it says, computers are becoming more and more common and soon every newspaper will have one.
Yes, every
They were kind of right, but
They
it's
were
more
not
like
wrong.
Yeah, it's more like the other way around.
Yeah.
Every computer has a newspaper.
Yep. Yes. Every computer has a newspaper now. Yes. This is true. All right. So, Kate Peretti, I should say, was sent here recently by the clan to establish a premier presence in Gary because Chicago.
Because apparently there aren't enough vampires here.
Chicago does not allow new kindred. Apparently the prince in Chicago is a little bit of a hardliner when it comes to accepting people. But the Prince of Gary isn't. And from there to Chicago, it's literally just a 45-minute drive. That seems like a...
It's an exploitable loophole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that because Franklin Trollson missed a couple of sessions due to Darth real life. So my idea here is that maybe Franklin and Kate will go to catch up with the others together. Potentially, what might have happened is that Kate met with Prince Modius in Gary. New Year's Eve, technically it was New Year's Day by that time because it was 4 a.m. or such, by the time everybody else had left the party. And that encounter might have been, well, tense perhaps a bit? At that stage, there would only be a couple of K-nights in Modius's parlor, as it were. Yeah, no classical music anymore, I'm afraid. A butler will show Kate in to meet with these two people.
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Kate is fairly observant, and after staying not too long in their proximity will realize that they are in fact not breathing, much like herself. Which might not be surprising. This is a connection given to you by the clan, of course. They knew where
Just
to
assume-
send you.
Yeah, just assume everyone is a threat. The safest way.
Not
Good
a-
idea.
It's yeah.
You don't know who and who can't just rip off your head from your shoulders like that.
This is true.
Yeah. They don't exactly telegraph their powers.
This is absolutely true. The young lady in question will do a quick curtsy, hold out her hand, and she's dressed slightly anachronistically for someone in the used to 80s and early 90s fashion. It looks more like she's out of a 1930s movie or something, with lace and puffy sleeves and such. While as the gentleman in question is dressed in a very classic twin-tailed tuxedo, and including, in fact, lace around his cuffs as well. Yep, it's classy around.
Would I have been informed about who these people might be?
Plan
Sent
would have
over?
told you that this is a place to meet the Prince of Gary and get your introduction to the city, as it were.
Fair enough.
You would
In
know
that case-
the name of the prince, which is Modius.
Modius. Okay.
Yes.
I will attempt a bow, but I have no ranks in etiquette.
Oh, this can get interesting really quickly. Why don't we roll a etiquette charisma check to make a first impression? You can also.
This is gonna go
do-
horribly.
Yeah. You will in fact notice, because I notice insight and wits there, 4 dice in total. If we take half, it's going to be 2, which is enough to notice that this gentleman here is in fact very not in a good mood. A foot tapping on the floor, fingers twitching nervously, facial
That-
muscles
that's
spasming a bit
perfect.
as he's trying to maintain his composure.
In the VTT, is there a difficulty that I'm adding, or?
The normal difficulty is a 3, actually, yeah.
Okay, just using the API.
Yeah, so it's not a complete disaster, just a slight, shall we say,
Hiccup.
Yep.
a person who comes from very typical human life in the 1980s tries to mimic what she thinks.
Nobility is.
Yes, and fails a little bit. There will be a twitch in the man's face. But
Hey, I'm trying.
yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to meet you on your turf.
Very well. Yes. I'm afraid you missed the party, he says.
Apologies, there was problems. My ship was delayed.
Yes, at least the oceans are always unpredictable, much as they were in my breathing days, he says, and puts on a very forced smile, trying to be accommodating and nice. You are not the only neonate arriving in my domains lately, I am happy to say. I'm very pleased to announce that Gary is growing exponential. Yes. We will soon see a great economic fortunes. I will have to ask you to join with the others, however, to deliver a strongly worded message to my neighbor to the northwest, Prince Loden of Chicago. He had the temerity of making some very outrageous demands, and as a demonstration, I've announced you to be my delegation. Very good.
Such an honor.
Indeed, yes. A great honor it will be, and you will, of course, receive great accolades upon your return. I should speak to Mr. Rodkus and make sure that his recently released fledgling, now neonate, can accompany you so you can meet with them. How about that? Yes?
Of course.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Very good. I will not keep you. The sun will come soon. I'm terribly sorry that we won't be able to enjoy a little bit of cordiality this night, but once you've delivered the message, why don't you come back here and we will absolutely have a longer conversation to get to know each other better, yes?
Of course.
Hashtag person trying to get rid of you as quickly as possibly can.
Yeah, I was thinking of rolling insight, but no, that person's sending me to my death. I picked that up.
Of course not.
No,
No.
this is definitely. Oh, just walk into the slaughterhouse.
We're doing some real Soviet conscript hours here.
Yeah. Kate gets nervous around supernatural creatures, which is not good for her life lately.
When you said your ship was delayed, I was thinking like, what, were you on a Great Lakes iron ore freighter coming to River Rouge or something?
We can't exactly take planes these days, can we? They've all got windows.
Yeah, you can always travel in a chest in the cargo hold, but that's brave.
But never mind.
Yeah. As such, I'm thinking that Franklin will meet Kate. Are we meeting the same night of the wee hours of January 1st before you actually go to sleep, or are we meeting just after you rise from your day rest on January 1st, in the evening of January 1st? What do you say, Lord Trollsit?
Probably I'd say the early evening of the first, yeah.
Very well then. I'm gonna demand Peretti to roll a rouse check to wake from the day sleep.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Difficulty of
No, you just
3?
click on, not in this case. What you do is just click rouse. There's a roll button there, and it will roll for you. And
yeah, because it does a little pop up and it says difficulty in roll mode.
Oh, yeah, difficulty is just a 1 for the rouse
Yep.
check. Yeah, fair enough. Yes, of course it does.
I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that.
Which is...
Oh wait, that wasn't me.
Indicating that you are not actually gonna draw. You do not get hungrier as you wake up this night. You have a haven, and you have put in quite a bit of work into this haven, I have noticed on your features.
Just the security system.
That's sizable too, isn't it?
It's hard to... Yeah, because I put that in, and then I realized, wait, other people may already have a haven, or maybe a group haven, or other things.
Not yet.
But I'm assuming this is something that was set up by the clan to wherever I'm ending up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That seems appropriate.
Though you will have to rely on your own resources. I also noticed that we haven't gotten a predator type for you yet, and I'm gonna assume you are
well,
not
because...
an alley cat.
Well, no, because it said fledglings don't get a predator type.
Fair, but by this time you will have
Fair.
one. Yeah.
I was just basing it off the
Yeah. No, that's
maps.
fair. That's fair. Yep. Yeah,
I'm guessing the one I'd probably be going for is the one that tracks people to their homes.
Let's see now, isn't that?
It was either that or trapdoor.
I think it is. Is it the? It's not the Pursue. Oh, Sandman, is that one that we're thinking about? Or is it?
Is that? I
Pursuer?
think, is that the one that only kills people only drinks people who are asleep?
Sandman is sleeping.
Yeah.
people. Pursuer is shadowing, so that might.
Yeah.
Be...
Pursuer is the better one.
All right. We will gain. Are we adding to stealth then? Wait, you don't have either investigation or stealth on the sheet at the moment, so that's not.
No, I've got GPSs.
No, the GPS
No.
do not exist yet.
Okay.
I guess.
Trapdoor is probably a better fit then with the skills I've got.
You don't have stealth or persuasion. Your skills are in other ways. Let's see now, subterfuge. What is a good subterfuge? Predator type. I'm looking here. A good subterfuge would be. could be a cleaver. Friends that you maintain ties with. Could be... you don't have persuasion either.
Yeah, she's a nerd, has been pointed out.
You have a lot of occult, so maybe you're an Osiris.
I'm not familiar with that one.
A celebrity among mortals, or else you run a cult, a church of something similar. So you have fans and worshippers, and if you're like a tech whiz, then maybe you have a bunch of
Nerds.
other nerds who treat you as a deity. Like you're doing
I
something.
can work with that.
It's the local goths who they're goths / computer freaks. Yeah. Osiris.
Yeah, but low willpower, generally, doesn't like sunlight either. It fits.
Exactly. We get add a specialty to occult.
Say that Kate is dipping into my feeding pool. Oh, almost. There's an overlap there, at least.
So I guess we're going with goths then as the other specialty for occult. You get a dot of blood sorcery if you want.
Yeah,
Why
I'll take
not?
that.
That seems like it might be a
Helpful.
thing you might want. A taste for blood. Yay. And you get 3 dots between fame and herd backgrounds.
In that case, is it out of 3 or out of 5?
So 3 dots in total between the 2 backgrounds.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just because the scale, sometimes 2 dots is just good at something, and sometimes 2 dots is incredible at something.
Everything is between, most of the backgrounds are between 1 and 5.
1 and 5. Okay, 2 dots in fame, 1 in herd.
2 dots in fame, and 1 in herd. You're famous among hackers.
I do have hacking as a skill,
Yep.
as their specialty.
And 2 dots between the enemies and mythic flaws.
I don't know how to do that off the top of my head.
Let's have a look. Do you have enemies, or do you have some mythic flaw of some kind, like
I've got
folkloric
the
stuff?
I've got the beacon of profanity.
Yeah, but that's other flaws on top of everything else. This is
Yeah, I just didn't know if that was a mythic one or not. Alright, let me just open up the book again.
beacon of profanity is. Let's see.
Man, mythic flaws are fun. I think you should do that one. In my personal opinion.
Oh, no, I've already got the beacon of profanity one, but...
Yeah, that's true. Beacon of profanity is. I think it's a mythic one, isn't it? Beacon of profanity is psychological, apparently, not mythic. There you have it.
Aw,
That seems a
that's
strange
cool.
mix.
Yeah, but that's what it says. You
Enough.
can have folkloric bane, folkloric block, stigmata, stake bait, starving decay, and twice cursed. Twice cursed has a 2 dot value, and so does stake bait and starving decay.
I guess. Yeah, I can think of a twice cursed.
Okay. Twice cursed. Take the clan's variant bane in addition to the regular bane.
Great. 2 banes, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, what would be the variant bane for Tremere? Stolen blood. Descending from, let's see now. When a Tremere performs a blood surge, they need to make rouse checks equal to their bane severity. If these rouse checks raise the vampire's hunger to 5 or higher, they can choose whether to back off their blood surge or to perform it and then immediately hit 5 afterwards. Whew, brutal.
I'm getting there's a weird sound effect coming from you. When you talk, I hear music playing in the background, but when you stop talking, it cuts off.
To me, or...
To Mikhail.
Okay. I can probably fix that by doing that. Did that work?
No, I think I could still hear it.
I have the same music as everybody else has.
It's only picking up though when you're talking.
That's weird.
It's
Maybe it's picking up the stream. If you're listening to the stream.
That's possible.
Maybe.
Nope, it's not, because that is turned off. Anyway, where are we going with the thing? Did you want to have twice cursed? Because it's brutal with rouse checks.
I'll take that. I'll take that suggestion as pick something else. I've got a lot of religious stuff, so maybe the stigmata is fitting.
That's 1 point. Bleed from wounds on the hands, feet, and forehead when at hunger 4.
that is really a good look when you're around goths.
It is.
Yeah, I wear a bandana. I could just say I've been coding for too long. One of the other tech nerds walks up to me while I'm hungry at the computer.
Wow. I guess. That was a 1-pointer. Did you want to have another mythic thing here, like a folkloric bane or a folkloric block? Bane is aggravated damage when touching a specific object rooted in vampire mythos, like silver. Or block is I can't cross running water, or holy symbols are scared. Or garlic! Don't give me garlic!
No, I'm in a room full of people that order pizza all the time. That would kill me.
That's this is true.
I guess I'll go with silver.
Alright, folkloric bane it is.
Is that something where it's like you can touch it, or you can touch it as long as you're wearing gloves, or you can't you can't hold it at all?
As long as you're holding gloves, you're fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Simply touching a silver coin or silverware does 1 point of aggravated damage.
Shit.
It's gonna suck, but that seems appropriate as well.
Yep.
That's why I don't belong with nobility, because
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah,
hurt.
don't touch any of my necklaces, please.
That's silver all over.
I'll definitely try not to.
Though I will say that
It's almost as if my name is Sylvester.
Sylvester. Anyway, so early in the night then, ish. I don't know exactly how early. Maybe it takes a little bit of extra time for Franklin and Kate to find each other due to various confusions and such. But find each other you will. I'm just looking at the timelines here. And we're gonna be somewhere in downtown Gary, and Franklin will have been given instructions from your sire, Franklin, obviously, to find a person with this particular description, which, strangely enough, matches Kate's description.
All right.
I have a feeling that Franklin is going to be the one who is going to have to approach her, because you don't have to have silence of unseen passage activated, but it wouldn't hurt.
Very helpful. So where is she currently at? The spot I'm given to go find her.
Wait,
How about what was that?
Kate is a computer nerd, so you probably don't need the disguise, as she's probably seen people equally or more ghoulish.
Any given LAN party. I don't know that LAN parties were a thing in 1990, but...
Ethernet parties.
Actually, if you want to use Unseen Passage, you would have to do a rouse check, Franklin, I'm just saying.
Of course. But I do need to ask, remind me again where I'm going to pick her up from, or find her.
I'm gonna say, why not close to a bus stop close to City Hall, but not too close, so you can be a little bit out of the way of the center of the city.
Alright, just for my character's sake, because I missed the last session. So the rest of them have gone to Gary, or gone on to Chicago, and I stayed behind for a bit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I still know, what is the name of the club again? Because I can't remember it now.
The Succubus.
Succubus Club?
The Succubus Club.
Yes. We need to catch up to them.
All right. In that case, let's go then.
Yeah, but first you gotta say hi
yeah.
to Kate. Yeah.
Yes, I know, right? I need to. I'm actually going to use my dang powers here. I'm gonna use Mask of a Thousand Faces.
Ooh. You
Do a
look
rouse
like
check.
every person. Yeah.
Let's see. How many? I'll say as I approach. Is she alone at the bus stop?
Yes. She doesn't have any retainers or such. Kate?
Nope, no retainers. Travel light.
Travel light indeed.
And was I provided? Did Yurgis give me her name?
Kate Peretti.
I know you're out of character. I'm asking, was my character given her name?
Oh, absolutely. Yurgis would have said, I'm just doing this, like, in a truncated form.
Oh yeah.
But your sire would have told you, the prince would want you to connect with Kate Peretti of Clan Tremere, who has recently arrived in the city as well.
Excellent. All right. So with that in mind, I will use Unseen Presence to move about on the surface just to be a little careful.
Very well.
So I will roll a rouse check.
Rouse that blood. You're not hungry at all. This is all fine.
Because he will have climbed out of the closest sewer hatch he could find, and would begin making his way stealthily towards the bus stop. I'll say he has enough decorum to not just completely sneak up onto people. He'll be like probably, I would say, 4 meters, 5 meters away when he drops off his gate.
And
Fair enough.
Kate...
Like, she's not great at it, but she does have wall specs.
She does, but you do have to say that you're going to look for the unseen.
Ah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
It's
Well, I
an
don't know this is
activation.
coming. I won't be looking for them.
Exactly. You're a recently created vampire out on your own for basically the first time. Like, you might have been undead for months and months, but all that time you were under the tutelage of someone. Your sire, some other mentor.
I'm still bound to like a dozen people.
I imagine
Yeah.
your mentor would be pretty disappointed that the second you're alone, you instantly
Get
just...
snuck up on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, as he'll drop out, Kate, he will slightly clear his throat a little bit as he's walking up. He's not trying to sneak up on you. He's just trying to be careful moving around the city. And
he will turn around. He'll try not to do a double take, but
so
Well, you've learned
So this
everything
guy-
about the clans and such like, obviously. The traditions, the clans. From studying books. Never met
Yes,
anyone
this-
who's not a Tremere.
So you'll see this like very almost gangly, very pale fellow approaching you. He's very unmistakably a Nosferatu. You're very pale, a bit of a messed up face,
Ugly
mostly
as
bald
F.
with some stringy hair coming off of him.
Just,
Got
ew.
some he's definitely not the ugliest one you've ever seen, but still a Nos.
well, most of them were from books from the 1800s. Artist
So-
interpretation can be quite critical.
Of course. I'd say he looks like he could be tall, maybe. He's has a bit of a stooped posture. He looks like maybe if he stood up straight, he'd be 6 foot or so, possibly. Just under. But he's stooped over enough. His eye level's probably at about 5'6".
For reference, this person would have 1 die for charisma etiquette.
Yes.
Because,
So-
ew.
Hey,
Yeah.
more than I do.
2 very charismatic people here.
I deal with books and tech, not people.
What does Franklin actually look like when he's got the mask of 1,000 faces up, when he's looking human? Does he look the same every time, or does he look like a different person every time?
Mask is a weird power in V5. He looks like an NPC. He looks like a background character in a cartoon. He looks like the most generic person you can imagine in that context.
I think the
They've
thing is
slipped
that
around a
it
bit.
changes depending on the person. Just whatever it is, it's the most unassuming looking face. You look in a crowd, you see that guy, and you just move. Your eyes just move past it. Oh,
All obfuscate isn't actually turning invisible. It's a subtle mind power that's causing people's minds to not process noticing you.
Yeah.
However,
Like,
he'll
your brain looks at the Nosferatu, but doesn't really comprehend it, really, and just...
Which, to be fair, I don't really think it's that impressive. I do that in real life all the time. But no, Franklin will...
I have whatever the opposite of obfuscate is in real life.
Anyhow.
But yeah, as
I'm
Franklin
the most
kind of...
noticeable person in the room.
He'll clear his throat a little bit. As he'll approach, he'll give a a slight nod. He'll say, Miss Peretti, I presume?
Looking you over, she's going to say, yes, I wasn't expecting to meet anyone here tonight.
Yes, I'm sorry. Communication doesn't get around that all the time. You can call me Franklin.
Nice to meet you, Franklin.
Thank you. My sire had told me that you would be found here. I believe you need to travel to Chicago.
Yeah. Bus is being predictably late.
Yes, I'm going there too. I joined a little new outfit that has been sent out there by the prince, but matters in the underground needed me to stay behind to resolve some things. So I was going to offer to travel with you.
I would welcome the comfort. It's
And don't worry, I can fix the face thing a little bit when we need to.
I don't judge people by their looks. I wouldn't get anywhere.
No, but I don't know if the bus driver will feel the same way.
Oh, I can help with that.
I'll just kind of go in. He'll take a seat on the little bench.
Yeah. I guess once the bus driver comes in and eventually picks us up as Franklin's getting on, I'll just quickly cloud memory so he forgets Franklin getting on.
Fair enough. Yep, the bus driver will forget this because it's just a mere mortal.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to worry about that.
I'll also say, just for clarity off of V5, the way they do things in Bane severity, Franklin is ugly, but he's not ugly to the point of actually being an active Masquerade breach.
This is true.
No, but sometimes the driver was like, is that person sick? Have I got a little sick person on the bus?
Yeah, the driver would still go, no, you can't come in here, you bum. or similar type of reaction, probably. Yeah, some gentle prodding with domination here is not going to hurt anything. In terms of Franklin's...
Just a normal night, just a normal pickup.
Exactly. Even if you're not a walking Masquerade breach, you are definitely someone who could be remembered. Oh yeah, I remember picking up that horribly ugly person, because that's a face you don't forget.
Yeah, they were fuck ugly.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Exactly. Mutant and proud.
Anyway, so what do Benito Rizzolini and Adolf Rizzler here do next?
What?
Huh?
That was weird. So they're literally taking the bus to Chicago, which explains why they're so late getting here, doesn't it? You guys have been out doing some hunting to get time to pass, and for convenience sake, we're in the rack hunting, aren't we? Because that's where all the prey is. Close to the club, that's where you went, wasn't it?
Yep.
And some of you had more luck with your hunting than others. Let's see now. Tony was hunting and grabbed drained some people.
Yep.
But
like
Goldtooth was
sun.
fine, right? Because he didn't need to do any particular hunting. But Sylvester did.
Just absolutely chugged that fucker.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't someone important. Yeah.
It was a bit
It
overwhelming.
was the guy who would have cured cancer. He would have prevented the apocalypse, Sylvester.
Exactly.
I can't get cancer.
Sylvester, had that man lived, he would have made the worm sane again.
The what?
The worm.
The worm.
Yeah, he would have fixed the worm.
Oh no, not the worm.
Had you not fucked up.
20 years in the future. It would all have been healed and it would have been fine and the apocalypse would have been averted, but Sylvester came there and anyway.
Fuck, man. Now we know the catalyst for our werewolf campaign.
Yeah. It's Sylvester's fault.
Must be.
Always is, always has been.
Must be, yes.
You are Master Gage.
Yep.
Sorry.
Weird singing. Anyway, we are in
That
Chicago.
wasn't me, that was the goblin.
Yes.
The goblin creature.
It's about 9-ish in the evening when Franklin and Kate... It's snowy. How cold is it today? Freezing. Just about freezing. If you add the wind from the lake, it is of course quite a bit worse than freezing. And maybe we need to have a quick look on various maps to orient ourselves here, because we're going to not any place in the city, but there. Thank you. No, that didn't work at all. Sorry. We are going to the near north, as it were, just north of downtown, to this area here, which is the nightclub district. That is also where you can find the famous Succubus Club, though I don't think that any of you would consider it very famous, because you're not really people who go for the nightclub scene, are you?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Charlie was when he was alive, which is how he ended up getting turned.
Yep.
Did he learn from that lesson, or is that...
Nope. Yes. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. Getting off the bus, walking along the streets, heading towards Succubus. Who was hunting near Succubus? Was it Charlie, Sylvester, or Tony? I don't remember. Remind me.
I think Sylvester, because he...
Oh my god, that's gonna be the perfect intro, isn't it? In an alleyway, there will be a shout, and Kate and Franklin will look down the alley. The Succubus Club is a huge place, by the way. It's 4 or 5 stories, brick building. Must have been an old factory or something like that back in the 1800s. Now converted to nightclub.
I think it ended with Sylvester killing someone and then just like lying in the backseat of Leopold's car, probably, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Franklin is, of course, not Charlie. Franklin, going to recognize that vehicle because you saw it last night, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And yeah, you've also seen Leopold, because you remember that face too. He's working really hard on putting a body behind a dumpster right now.
Working hard as in it's not fitting, or struggling?
No, because he's strong, I'll give him that, but putting a body behind a dumpster, not necessarily easy work. Let's see, he's gonna have to drag that thing a little bit longer, yeah.
One leg keeps like flopping out behind it every time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good thing.
One leg you push in,
Like,
the other
whenever
leg
he
pops
does
out.
whenever he accidentally bumps his head against something else.
It's a very good thing that this is January 1st, because the big party was last night, and right now everybody's at home eating pizza and nursing hangovers and such. This is not a night to go out and do clubbing. So the traffic in this particular part of town is not very big right now.
So Franklin will he'll look to Kate and point over to this guy. He'll say, "That's one of my companion's retainers. You should know where they're at."
That's
think,
good. He seems to be struggling.
I'll go help him. Franklin stalks over there.
I think Sylvester will eventually just open the car door and go back outside, just trying to like brush off the specks of blood on his like clothing.
Why don't you describe what Sylvester looks like?
Why yes, you will see a fairly tall but very lanky, what can only be described as a very glamorous rock star, long black messy wavy hair and piercing in his ears and on his eyebrows and everything, and just like this black leather jacket as well. I have a couple of images. There we go. And he has this like big grin on his face.
Very much the socialite then.
Mm-hmm.
Going to all the parties that Kate never even heard of.
Indeed, yeah.
Does the little
Franklin will,
cough.
we'll both clear our throats behind the dude. Mr. Leopold. Franklin will say, "You're having difficulty."
Leopold is huh. Oh, it's you. Who's this? Looks over at Kate.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
new in town.
Will definitely recognize Kate as a vampire. Good thing. Oh,
Is this a mortal or?
The ghoul.
That's a ghoul. Okay, so worse.
I mean, it is cold outside, and you can in fact see the mist coming out, the puffs of mist coming out of his mouth as he's breathing very heavily to move the... Which suggests that he has body heat and is actually needing to breathe. It's much easier to spot a vampire in the winter than in the summer.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
Franklin did also say, Minshew, this is her one of my companions' retainer, which is the nice way of saying ghoul.
Very polite of you.
I think Sylvester will eventually slink up to them and just go, "Ah, hi, and who might this be?"
For the second time tonight, we will spin around.
Gonna
Seems like I'm
happen
not being
again.
very... I guess I'm not being very attentive either.
Did you tell me about any of the? Did Franklin tell me about any of the people on the ride in?
It was about an hour or two ride, so I would say, yeah, he told you the basics of all three of them. He doesn't know them that well. He's known them one night longer than you have.
You can give a general description then.
Yeah.
Do you also tell him what happened at the party?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. It is a bust.
It was a bust. The party was terrible.
You must be Sylvester. Nice to meet you. I'm Kate.
My reputation precedes me. Nice to meet you as well. Just like looks at Leopold trying to stuff this body in this dumpster. Oh,
Comedy now.
yeah, sorry
so
about
flush.
that. Sylvester will try to help Leopold.
You gotta control
into
yourself.
Weekend at
Sylvester.
Bernie's.
Really, Syl, you really have to get a grip, says Leopold, looking at you a little bit with a bit of accusation there. In the...
Sound too much like my sire, but the cleanup tends to be easier when you don't kill them.
Yeah.
First
It
impressions
happens.
matter, Kate.
Hey, that works.
I don't know if
First
Kate is gonna be like
impressions.
feeling good about a dead person lying. Like, we're not supposed to kill them.
Right now, she's avoided looking at their face because I'm just assuming legs are sticking out. So she's just trying to stay a few feet away and not make eye contact with the corpse.
That makes sense.
At this point, Sylvester is just like grabbing the legs and just shoving the body down into the dumpster.
You definitely hear a crack.
Well,
How was the Succubus Club, Sylvester? Sorry, I had to hang behind a little bit.
It was nice. might be my scene. Oh, you know what you mean, with the whole information gathering. We had to ask one guy for some information, who led us to another person, and then we had to convince that person. They gave us like the phone number to the prince. It's like a giant chain of fetch quests. It's
How do you know what a fetch quest is? It's
Someone important sends you to fetch food.
Do you
Sylvester,
think that
I see the vision.
you think it's just that chaotic over here? Or do you think they're giving us the runaround? Maybe both.
I did get to talk to the Prince of Chicago very briefly over the phone, and we were told to meet at insert exact time here because I don't remember as a player.
3 a.m. Field Museum of Natural History.
Yes, we were told to meet at the Field Museum of Natural History tonight. So I just, you know how it is. Burn away some time before then. Kind of looks at the dumpster. Yep.
This is Chicago, but still, I don't know how it'll do for now. He kind of seems like he's questioning just leaving him in the dumpster.
Is that going to cause a problem? I know it was very busy last night, but people will be out eventually.
It is
Did you at least, I
Chicago,
don't know.
and there's, I don't know, 10 gangs here.
Yeah.
Did you at least,
Gonna solve
I don't know,
itself.
stab him, take his wallet?
Yeah, did you take his... I mean, you just committed murder. You might as well rob his ass.
Well,
Really, Franklin?
People mostly assume it's a robbery if you at least rob them.
Oh, yeah, you're smart. Hold on.
I'm not here, but another thing to bring up is they died under suspicious circumstances. They're gonna do an autopsy on the body, most likely, and they're gonna find that the body has basically no blood.
Yep.
That's what a stab wound's for.
Yeah, Sylvester reaches
That probably
into
wouldn't
the...
remove every bit of blood. It's probably better just to throw it in the ocean and let the fish deal with it.
Definitely the ocean's like several blocks away.
It is.
Yeah,
But you have cars and you have time.
Put it in. Look, maybe park the car somewhere. Put the body in the trunk. Drive over to, I don't know, isolated pier. Throw the body over.
I don't want to step on any toes. Seems to be your city that you know better.
They're not from here.
Oh, good.
Right,
Wait a minute. So it's confirmed Kate probably isn't from Illinois. Is she a Californian?
The stereotypes of California, I can play off that.
Oh no. Oh.
yeah, Sylvester is gonna reach back into the dumpster and see if the person that he killed has a wallet or something on them.
After all that effort of stuffing it into the dumpster, just pull it back out again.
There is definitely gonna be a wallet in there, yes.
The benefit is, most coroners won't do an autopsy they'll try to skip the autopsy if the corpse smells like shit.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Yeah, is there any money in that wallet? Question.
Some.
Wait a minute. Sylvester, you know that you have Tony and we're like getting all friendly with each other. Maybe you would think that Tony would know someone that could get rid of the body.
Yeah.
Maybe. Is Tony here currently?
Could.
Oh no. Put the body in the trunk, find Tony, and then...
The thing is, I don't think Sylvester even know you're like a criminal.
True, I did say I worked in the retirement industry.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
It's not an instant.
I mean, I've never stashed a body before. We could put him in the sewers. I could take him down there.
One thing I've heard is that if you put a body in a freezer, it like damages the body in such a way that you can't find out when it died. That could be false though.
Is it snowing and cold out?
Yeah, definitely.
I think the weather's going to do that for us. If you leave it out.
Huh. So I guess this would solve our problems for us. Just leave it out.
Speaking of which, as you're trying to deal with this problem, let's see now, who's going to be first? Look at that, Tony turns up. and finds the others working on the whole body problem. The one body problem, as opposed to the Netflix show 3 body problem.
That's in an hour.
Oh, that television show.
Tony just says, "What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is this all about?"
I may have gone overboard with my little snack run. Whoops.
Well, was it at least a homeless person?
I think it was one of the frat boys.
Yeah, I think someone from a club, if I remember correctly.
I take a look at the body. Does he look homeless?
No.
Alright, I say, "Oh, god damn it, Sylvester. Don't you know that homeless are barely even human?"
Sometimes
Hashtag
I'd
yeah.
argue that.
Sylvester Carter just
Nobody
frowned.
gives a shit if a homeless person dies under mysterious circumstances.
Listen, man, I've never killed anyone. This is... I don't know what to do.
Yes, we just seem to have.
Alright, look, I know some guys. Hey, how about you, Leo? You get the car over here. And
Sure.
we put him in the back and deal with him after the museum.
All right. Yeah, I'm here. I'm right with you. Leo
Sorry
will
about the...
Be right with you.
Yep.
At
It was
which
the
point-
guy Tony killed, because he killed somebody as well, didn't it?
This is
Already in the
true.
car.
It's gonna become a 3-body... No, it's gonna become a 3-body problem, actually.
Yeah.
3 body.
Well, with the homeless guy,
If we kill someone, run them over on the way there, it works out.
Yes. Then it would be definitely a 3-body problem, wouldn't it?
Alright. Oh, also, another thing I forgot. Alright, Tony says. Alright, Tony looks over to the group and says, "Oh, I also killed someone. They're homeless. Maybe we should also put them in the back, too. I'll help you find them after we deal with this one.
How many bodies are we stacking up here?
At least 4.
But there's a
Wow.
mystery body.
4?
Tony.
I'm fucking with you. It's only 2. Including this one.
What is... I gotta ask
Thought you.
about Franklin and Kate's feeling about these very casual discussions about dead bodies lying around.
This is not something. Because she just spent the last bit of time in the Tremere indoctrination cult section.
No.
Everything's a lot more controlled there. This is
Yeah.
this is chaos.
Very.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna see if Tony notices that perhaps Kate isn't
Vampires.
completely involved with this.
Are all vampires this horrible? That's a good question, isn't it?
Oh, by the way, Mikkel, what would be, like, the role to find out, like, how Kate's feeling about this casual talk of murder?
It kind of depends on how Kate wants to hide her general disgust at this.
He's hiding it in cold intellectualism.
Yeah, her composure is not the highest, let's just say. So, if you want to do a subterfuge composure roll to hide your... maintain your poker face, as it were, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll try that.
See how many successes you get.
Yeah, she's very much hiding it with the last me. So just difficulty, nothing.
Difficulty no.
It's contested.
Yeah, exactly. Then, you only need 5 successes to see through her poker face, Tony. With Wit's Insight. So if you succeed with every single die, you pull it off.
Or get a crit.
That
You know what?
can happen.
I'm gonna do a blood surge because I'm having fun. I wanna...
You're already hungry again.
Screw it.
It's more power.
Yeah.
You're willpowering that? Okay.
Yeah.
You still don't see through it.
Alright, I guess I... Just,
no, actually, you do see through it because you're initiating.
Okay, then,
Yeah.
in that case, I say to Kate, first time, huh?
Tony has been literally staring at you for several seconds before he says that. Because the willpower thing.
Fair enough. Normally it's not this casual. They usually bring themselves to me. This is a bit more brutal than I normally deal with. But
She has not spent her
Yeah.
life on the streets, Tony. That's very clear.
yeah,
Can we reintroduce after this? Because I don't want
Very-
this first
a very
impression
bad
to...
introduction.
I don't,
Tony,
don't want this first impression to be a lasting impression if I can avoid it.
Goldtooth is, of course, sidling up to all of you at this point as well. Oh my god, you're surrounded by vampires, Kate. There's so many of them now.
Hey, Charlie!
no wonder they sent me here.
I was just thinking it'd be funny if you'd already loaded the body into the back of the car and got the homeless guy as well and come back. And just if you were trying to see if you could keep Charlie from knowing about this for the
Hey,
rest of the
Charlie,
night.
don't look in the trunk. That is clearly
It's
the
actually
name of
because
this
they've both
episode.
been drained. It's not like he'd be able to smell the blood.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, let's try and do that.
They will have shit themselves.
True, they would have shit themselves. Wait, actually, isn't like the whole shitting yourself thing not guaranteed? Like sometimes the shit gets stuck in the body.
I
Sometimes.
don't know enough about the anatomy of dying to be able to comment.
Tony
on that.
doesn't know that. I do. Okay.
Over the three of them, one of them has shit itself.
It's a 2-body problem, not 3-body problem.
Two body pilot. Sorry,
It's not a free body problem yet.
the Auspex was triggering.
Yeah.
Ah, I'm having a vision.
Tony, as you look up to see Charlie coming down the alleyway here, you will also notice further away, really well hidden, in the shadows, is a car with someone who's definitely done this type of work before, because dang, this person chose the perfect spot. But out of pure luck, Tony, you notice a little bit of glint of a camera lens as someone has been taking pictures of you guys.
Oh shit! I pull out my gun. Somebody took a photo of us, and I run towards it.
The moment that happens, of course, the car kicks into high gear immediately and speeds off. And I'm in fact even gonna do a willpower reroll on that. And that's gonna be a lot of successes. To be able to even pull off a shot here, Tony, I want you to roll 5 successes with Dex and Firearms.
I don't think Tony's. You know what? Tony's not gonna shoot. But I do have a question though. Could I roll for, say, wits and awareness to see if there's any sort of plate on the back?
Absolutely, yeah. It's
Alright.
greased over by dirt, almost as if someone intended it not to be well seen. But if you gain 4 successes on your wits and awareness, you might just get a few digits of the license plate. Oh, we're blood surging again?
This is important. They have really bad evidence. This is bad.
You have half of a license plate at this point, yes, with 3 successes. Actually, you have an entire
Okay.
license plate at this point,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I know exactly.
And inside you, you feel a certain level of hunger growing. You were completely without any hunger at all 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Drawing on the blood power, and now, in the back of your mind...
Look, it was worth it becoming hungry again for that one-liner, okay?
Yeah, all of you would have seen Tony scream, and then the sudden acceleration of the wheels off of this car. And
Oh, by the way, with those 2 extra successes, do I see the driver as well, or...
you know what? 6 successes? Yeah, a guy in a trench coat and a fedora, actually.
Yeah. So, after the car just speeds off, I fucking yell, just like, God fucking damn it. And then I holster my pistol and head back.
I think that's a good sign for us to get off the streets. No?
Yes, I mean it could just look like a bunch of guys stashing a body. I mean, there's no who knows what evidence they really have.
Murder!
The conditions are shitty for photography right now.
Oh yeah, they are.
Most cameras, even the good ones, won't have much of a chance, but
It's
still not good.
dark and it's snowing.
It's dark, it's snowy, and they were more than 10 feet away.
And there were more. Yes, absolutely.
Cameras
Well-
back then were impressive.
I got his license plate at least.
Guessing since Charlie hadn't rounded the corner yet to see what had happened, he couldn't have done this. But with his really fast running speed, if he had seen this enough time, could he have actually run at the car and opened the door and got in it next to the driver, Kung Fu Hustle style? Or can the speed thing only do a speed and not an action well?
You would have the time to perform an action like an attack during the turn, but
It would be
getting into the car, no. You would basically close into the car and then the car would speed away from you.
We're gonna have to hope that the license plate was enough.
if we get access
Done
to
is done.
certain things, I can track that down.
Yeah. With those successes, I saw the driver, I saw the license plate, and I probably saw the model of the car and the color of the car. So that's pretty good to start off with.
Also, we have a car if we want to try and get into a car chase.
Yes, this is true.
Well, he's probably too far off now. And
I think we've caused enough of the scene, don't you?
Maybe. Tony, those eyes. They were like fixated on particularly you, Tony, burning with hatred. You wore gloves too while driving, by the way. Leather gloves.
if I'm lucky, it's just a guy who hates me because I'm a filthy, murderous gangster. But considering my luck, it's probably a guy who knows.
And with that, maybe it's time for us to take a small break. I remembered by myself this time. 5-minute break, everybody. This is a tradition at this table. Yeah, 5-minute break for rehydration or any other biological pressing,
Fair enough.
etc. I was gonna smoke him if you got him. I was gonna say, and then I did that, so I said that. So I've said that now.
There. Oh shit, what the fuck? Everything is fine.
Of course.
I like you, fresh meat, and I hope you stick around for a while. Hopefully the curse doesn't get you.
Fresh meat.
Are you scheduling, Kurt?
Yes.
Yeah. This session has died. I'm sorry. This campaign has died apparently 5 times.
No, not this campaign. It was another campaign.
Oh, sorry. But the Saturday and vampires in general, though, it kind of became an actual vampire, as in it died and came back.
Most of the time they only do that once, though.
Gage, you're still alive in XCOM 2. I'm happy to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. I got plot armor for now.
No, you don't have plot armor. I'm the gamer, so.
It's plot armor as in I'll survive until I die a gruesome death sacrificing myself. Just really tragic. That's the plot armor.
We've
What
had.
a plot stack.
I think we've had, what is it, 7 soldiers die in XCOM 2 so far? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
Including myself. I died on the very first mission.
Nice. Nice. I think it sensed the luck. It smelled the luck off of your self-insert, and it had to kill you.
Yep. This is true. I detect no lies.
I'm gonna have to kill that guy, though.
Mm.
The one who just took a photo of this? Yeah.
Hashtag stains.
Hashtag acid bath.
Just for my own edification, is that something I could do? Track down the license plate with my tech? Or would I need to hypnotize a cop?
You'd have to hack the... I don't know how well... Today you definitely could do that, but... In 1990...
Yeah, I'm just trying to think back.
It may not even be digitized. It may be on paper in the DMV.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Even if it wasn't, if it was digitized, they did have modems back then, like the sort that you put the whole phone handset into.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is very old school. They're all safe from you hackers.
Man, I love the fact
Yeah.
that I live in a country where cars have better tracking than fucking firearms.
Oh, I was gonna say something to blow your mind. Earlier, you talking about California.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Thinking about history, what would you say if I told you at this point in time California is considered a red state?
Yeah, 'cause they haven't flipped yet.
Oh. 1990.
That explains why I'm not in
yeah.
California anymore.
The red shit times, the dark ages.
Yeah, before they started making money.
Oy, and I thought California is bad now. Ugh. Ew. Yuck.
Oh yeah, I remember this. There's a rap song. I can't remember who it's by right now. And it talks about California Governor Pete Wilson, implying that he's like a wannabe fascist and is going to kill people with malathion gas.
Eee.
Seems like a very specific song.
I have no idea who that guy is. Honestly, he just sounds like your average modern Republican.
Mm. Except they would say, no, I'm not a semi-fascist, I am a fascist.
Yeah,
Oh, actually no, they would say you are the fascist.
yeah. You're the fascist, I say as I try to incite a pogrom against certain ethnic groups.
Yeah, seems right.
Unless they're a certain lieutenant governor in North Carolina.
Yeah, I am Black Hitler. Man.
Hello.
Hello. We are all back. You'll be back. Yep. Yeah, here we have 5 vampires in an alley with 2 dead bodies in a trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So this
I've
night is
found
going
it.
well.
The song about California is called California Uber Alles.
Eeh. Anyway,
Nice.
5 vampires and a trunk.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Where are we planning to dump the body?
I was thinking, actually, here's what I think, everyone. Tony says this. All right, we keep the bodies in the trunk just for a little bit. I know a guy.
Ooh.
I see.
You do
Okay,
know a
I
guy.
have plans in the works that I cannot tell you right now because the haters will try to stop me.
The haters
Are
here,
the
of
haters a
course-
gang? I haven't heard of them.
The haters, of course, being the GM. No, wait.
Usually the haters are the people who like boo at me at the stage.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like that.
Does that happen a lot?
Surprisingly, no. Leopold here is very good at keeping those people out.
So we've got a few hours before we
Yep.
are supposed to be at a museum, right?
Yep.
Now,
I'm just thinking I may as well try to check out the Haven, since I haven't been there before.
how about we first drive off to somewhere else before we do all this talking stuff, considering all the racket
Fair.
I just made?
Yeah, but I thought your friend knows a friend who can deal with the corpses, right?
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. After we have our little meeting at the museum, I'll tell you where to drive.
It's something like 7 p.m., right?
It's 9:30.
Oh, 9:30. Okay. And the meeting's not until what? 3?
You have 5.5 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
in that case, we could totally make it back to Gary, and I could deal with the bodies real quick.
Hmm.
Now, Mikhail, I do have 3 levels in criminal context. I probably know a guy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know a guy.
Yeah, I guess let's...
Let's head out there. Yeah, okay. We are going to Gary to hide a body, which is not hard
2.
because it's Gary.
2 bodies.
2 bodies. Yes. Which is not
They're
hard.
twinsies.
Yes, we're going back to Gary. Oh, and you're gonna show off your haven, are you?
I was gonna visit it because I haven't visited it before.
You've spent at least 1 day in it, so...
Oh, was that in Gary or Chicago?
No, Gary, definitely. Because
Okay, yeah.
that's
Yeah,
whole place,
then.
right?
Yeah.
We're going down to Gary with the vehicle. We are taking bodies out. Tony is having a chat with his friend Wolf the Fixer. Wolf the Fixer is like, don't worry about it.
I say, hey, it's me again.
Hey,
you know,
Tony!
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of Spanish here, which I'm not going to try to pull off because I don't know Spanish.
And my Spanish is
something
only...
about, hey,
that's
cabron, and so on.
Yeah,
Hermano.
basically it boils down to how I have some dirty laundry to deal with.
Yes. And, hey, no problem. I'll fix that. No problem at all. Actually, contacts don't fix things for you. Contacts give you information about where to go and do stuff. If you want to have someone who actually takes the bodies off your hands, that's allies or influence. Particularly allies, I would say. So contacts will just give you the information of where to go and dump the bodies. You're gonna have to do the rest of the work yourself.
That'll work. That's fine. We have a few hours to kill.
Yeah, I know a spot, Tony. What is this guy called? We should call this guy something. Is he also Hispanic? Because he's obviously hooked up
Yeah.
with Latin Kings too.
Yeah, he's Hispanic.
So his.
Oh, and by the way, also, since contacts criminals, isn't that the thing you need to get certain items as well in terms of firearms as well?
Yeah, I think it's weirdly written, to be honest. I had a long discussion with people on the Facebook Vampire the Masquerade group about how backgrounds are defined, and this can become a huge tangent, but let's just say that neither White Wolf back in the day when they ran the IP, nor Renegade today, have particularly paid attention to clear definitions for various rule terms, unlike, say, a company like Free League, who's very good at doing that.
Look, they were too busy cooking with the lore. Okay? They were too busy making the most badass lore you have ever heard in any game ever.
Oh, a lot of the rules are left to the ST's kind of interpretation on what it specifically means.
Okay? That, or maybe they had a crack cocaine addicted chimpanzee in charge of the actual rules of the game.
I've seen people
That was
that,
subsequently managed by a particularly daft baboon.
because Xavier influences contacts and allies, and it's very ambiguous what each one actually does and does not do.
Yeah, for some reason they wrote up they can buy you stuff in the core book, and then in the player's guide they say it's all about information. So,
You know what? How about for funsies, we just say that there's this one guy who apparently knows all of this shit at once because that's really funny.
there's this one guy who can tell you where to buy stuff and who can tell you where to dump a body.
Yeah.
And because it's level
Yeah, no,
3, right? Yeah.
A particular just set of knowledge, okay? We don't know why. Don't ask him. He won't tell you why.
Just one random guy with 5 points in Streetwise for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows, but he won't actually do it for you, but he knows.
Yeah, exactly. He'll tell you where to do those things. He just won't do it.
Exactly.
Could sneak into the steel mill, drop the bodies on the iron ore conveyor, and let the blast furnace take care of the problem.
Just about, yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah, this guy...
Most steel mills with active conveyor belts would have people running them, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but not at 11 o'clock at night on January 1st.
Look, we
Means they turn the conveyor
had a
belt off.
little bit of fun in a steel mill while the workers were out, okay?
You could just dump
Fair
him in
enough.
an abandoned steel mill. Or there's waters and stuff. Sure, the cops are gonna find them sooner or later, but it's...
At that point, the bodies will probably be too rotted to get any good info off it.
Exactly. And don't forget to smash the teeth in.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Smash the teeth. I guess Tony...
Are we actually gonna mutilate a human body here to cover... 2 human bodies here to cover up the crimes? Because fingerprints, dental records, face.
Yeah. So I guess Tony would probably realistically use a little bit of his lethal body on it.
I'm just gonna say that #stains. Because this absolutely depletes the soul.
Just don't
hashtag
do it in the
how
Leopold
much?
chart.
I'm
Very nice
trying
card.
not to. I'm trying to avoid this.
Yeah. What was that?
How much?
Sylvester?
All right, how many stains?
Yeah, Sylvester was saying something.
Just not in Leopold's car, please. It's a very nice car.
Yeah,
of course
no,
not.
you're gonna
It's a
drive
nice
out to the
car.
Rust Belt and deal with it there. That's definitely
Yeah,
your
no,
contact
no.
is giving you the perfect spot to do it. It's like when you're dealing with a contact whose name is gonna be Poison. Why not Poison? Yeah, I know where to go. You go down to this steel, and it's gonna be shady. And gee Christ, you're coming here, Tony, with not 1 but 2 stiffs. Are you mind?
Maybe a little.
Why am I not surprised? And I'm guessing that Tony might not introduce everybody else to Poison here, because
Yeah.
you're like, want Poison to...
Is Poison alive?
Absolutely.
All right. Basically, here's what I
Would
like
you
to
want
say.
Poison to see all your vampire friends, is my question to you.
Yeah. Basically, if Poison sees any of them, I just say ignore them. It's
Whatever.
not important.
Whatever.
Oh, by the way, I pull out my little grocery list of shit. Do you know where I could perhaps buy any of this?
And your grocery
And-
list is, of course, amazing.
Yeah, automatic receiver thing, automatic modification for AR-15 scope, maybe a few more magazines, and possibly a suppressor.
So, one contact who can do and get something, who can give you hard to get information for you. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, sure. Wow, you're just filled with requests for tonight, aren't you? Gee, you're putting me on the spot here, man. But yeah, sure. He'll hook you up because you have 3 levels of contacts. You can absolutely get a hold of things if you want to spend
Thanks,
more time.
Poison.
with
You're a
it.
lifesaver.
You're gonna load. Who has the money for that kind of stuff, though?
Oh,
Because I don't know that your resources are enough to buy.
all right.
What are you gonna buy?
All right, there's a little thing on the AR-15 that can switch it from a semi-automatic rifle to fully automatic. And by the way, keep in mind this is 1991, so pre-assault weapons ban.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think that's going to be terribly expensive for you. So
Yeah, especially considering Tony is middle class, apparently.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Is this true full auto or bump stock?
True full auto. Bump stock is a piece of shit.
Yeah, bump stock thing is a myth, to be honest.
Yeah,
I played
Bump stock, it makes your gunfire quicker, but it also makes it horribly inaccurate. It's
Mind you, if you practice and you could just have a good trigger pull, you could fire as fast without a bump stock as you can with. It's
that too. And also another thing is that also there are like goofy little triggers that make you fire 2 bullets one after another per press.
ARs also like to double feed, so consider that.
I'm going to allow you, Tony, here.
I wouldn't shoot a bump. I wouldn't shoot a bump stock.
Let's decide.
Yeah, no.
here.
Bump stocks are so awful at... Look, if I were in an actual firefight and I had a choice between an AR-15 with or without a bump stock, I'd go with the one without a bump stock.
Anyhow, my friends, after discussing the intricacies of bump stocks and such, I would like to have a charisma...
Can you tell I'm from Texas?
No, you're not. You're from Bootleg,
It's
Texas.
close enough.
That's your words. Anyway, charisma, streetwise, +3 for your contacts. And since this is actually a bit of a difficult thing to do, because you want all this stuff tonight. Is that what we want? Or tomorrow?
Not tonight, but just generally speaking, the info.
Okay, the info. So that's not going to be terribly hard. Say 4 successes on the roll.
Alright, and what am I rolling?
You want to have charisma, streetwise, plus extra 3 dice for your contacts.
Alright then.
If you can add them.
What?
You have not quite enough successes to
Not-
get the knowledge, at least yet. Okay,
Whatever. I have plenty
you're
of
gonna shake
willpower.
him down, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I know exactly where to go to get that stuff. With 6 successes, you might even get one of those things tonight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, is Charlie coming out of the car with you? Because Charlie has seen the street. He knows the streets well enough.
No, I'd say that Charlie's willing to let Tony keep his contacts, and is currently going through a long discourse to everybody else on why you should only target known assholes for feeding, so when something like this happens, you don't have to feel bad about it.
Basically, while Tony's shaking down his contact, you're giving them a college course on ethics or some shit.
Yeah, what is the rest of the crew talking about here? Leo is obviously behind the driver's wheel. We're in Sylvester's van, are we?
But Leopold's car, because that's what they originally arrived in.
With 6 people crammed into it, it's tight.
I guess they can switch to the van, though.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna switch to the van now.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sylvester is just profusely apologizing to Leopold for dirtying his car. Not for killing someone, for dirtying his car.
Man, I love this crew.
This crew is so functional. So very functional.
Most functional vampire group.
Ever. So what are you talking about in the van while he's doing all this? It's an excellent time to get to know each other, isn't it? Leopold is just basically sitting behind the wheel and twiddling his fingers on the steering wheel, and I'm guessing Sylvester is riding shotgun because it's your cars. So you're all in the back, squeezed 3 people into the back, and I guess someone will have to actually be riding in the trunk on the way back until you have the van, as it were.
I don't know though, American cars are absolutely enormous. It is possible that these could be like 3 across bench seats.
Usually you can see
It's an
so...
Impala. Leopold's car is an Impala. The van could fit the rest of them, but not his, probably. Unless you like squish.
I'll ride in the trunk. It's like one of us has to ride in the trunk and they just wait awkwardly till the NOS finally goes and gets in, like he knows the score.
You could just sit in each other's laps, that works too, but it might be a bit awkward.
So does that mean you were riding in the trunk with the dead bodies?
That's not
apparently.
That's not a... Okay, you're sitting in each other's laps. Definitely.
All right.
It's a little bit crammed, but it's fine.
For context,
Yeah,
it's,
Kate's gonna
it's
get
a
out of the
little bit
car.
cramped, so...
Because it was too cramped. It is just stretching a little bit. And
Yeah.
this is...
Yeah.
Doesn't know these people well enough to be sitting in anyone's lap, and
And
also,
probably
I'm
shouldn't
gonna be
have
honest-
people sitting in her lap.
I feel like we firmly established that out of everyone here, Tony is the craziest. I feel like Tony would be the one to offer to sit in the trunk if it was not enough space.
So, Leopold could just sit in Sylvester's lap or the other way around. And then
He's
we'll
the
have
one
room to-
driving. so-
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Kinda
Leopold is
necessary.
driving.
Right, driving. Then I guess Tony, maybe to be nice, and also because he's freaky as hell, will just
Well, you
be
know where we're. Well, you're the one who knows where we're going, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hear from the truck. Hey, yeah, so take a turn at such and such street.
So you're looking
There's a
out
truck.
of the boot to try and give directions for what you've just passed.
The insanity of this situation. Oh my god.
But yeah, well, we figure it out logistically. It's not comfortable.
Yeah, eventually. So when you're now back here in town and you can actually talk to each other in a relaxed fashion, what might you tell each other while Tony is dealing with his dealer?
Right,
He's so Trevor Phillips core.
Can see that.
Right, to reintroduce myself, hi, I'm Sylvester. I don't usually murder people. What's your name again? Kate?
Yeah,
Ah,
I'm-
yes.
my name's Kate. Just recently moved back over here after a fun time with the clan. Yes, I wasn't expecting this much activity the first night here.
Second night.
Yeah,
Yes, second night here. I guess first night in Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh, it's normally like this, is it? It seems risky.
Depends on where you go.
And where do you go?
I've been hanging in Gary for a while.
Does your group have safe houses in Chicago?
I try to do a little bit before nightlife. Apartment in Chicago, expensive, so...
Oh, is
I
it?
do- Yeah, if you want a good place, or whatever the fuck. And if... Yeah, getting a job in Chicago is just... Some artists is just... Nah, it's just... a bit tricky.
Not many jobs available, or can't find work?
Like, I can now, but back when I moved here, he's one of those kids who was just like, oh, I'm gonna run away from home and become a superstar, and it's took a little longer than expected.
I'm sure you'll get there eventually. I was the opposite sort. I was dismantling the TVs before the superstars turned on.
How technological are you?
You need to be in this day and age. Everything's
agree.
changing really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
My God,
Yeah,
now
I
I
do
have
some-
to call you Sylvanster.
Sylvester.
One take. Still bad.
I worked in Chicago for a few years before things changed.
Seems like a good city to get settled in. At least if the amount of contacts people have in the area make it easy
Yeah.
for us to blend in, despite certain difficulties.
It's
Yeah.
a city. It's definitely better than Gary. But I've been told that the prince in Chicago is very iron-fisted, might be apt.
Yeah.
Oh. Kind of need to be, don't you?
No.
He's going to say that very bluntly.
You can't all be anarchy. Otherwise, people would panic.
Of course, however, there's anarchy and there's tyranny, and there's certainly many options in between.
That's true. I guess the training I went through puts that in a unique light.
If he was the matter of order, the prince in Chicago does not allow embrace. He doesn't allow new people in. He's locked his city down, more or less, This isn't the sign of a regime that is strong and confident in itself.
No, but the newspapers are clear. Aside from the normal gang violence everywhere else.
I was just talking about the nightlife. Chicago is a complicated city as far as the mortals are concerned.
It's easy to get lost in a complicated city. Might be for the best.
Apparently, this Chicago prince doesn't want any new embrace, but then again, he also sent a letter to the Prince of Gary that we were supposed to be part of his reign and not the Prince of Gary's reign. No, there was something interesting. The Chicago prince said to me on the phone was, there is no Prince of Gary. According to him, anyways. So, something strange going on there.
Possibly. The prince was very...
That ancient Roman guy did imply that the only reason the Modius is so enthusiastic to have new vampires is because he considers us to be a healthy snack.
It's possible. But my sire told me I could trust Modius, and I trust enough not to eat me anyway.
It seemed a tense relationship, from what limited I've gathered.
However, not to kick someone while they're down or anything, but Modius is barely respected by his own court. Do you think he would be respected by a tyrant in another city?
Hell, even I don't respect him at this point.
We are in Gary. There is a chance this will get back to him.
It is possible.
We are in a car together.
Yeah.
So unless some of you tell on me...
There is a Nosferatu right in the van. He might tell anyone.
Well, we're in the car. The Nosferatu's in the boot. I think that's a reason to rat on us inherently.
Oh yeah, I'm the one talking the most shit about it.
To be honest, I think Sylvester has already insulted the Prince of Gary, so...
Yeah, you kinda did.
I kinda did, yeah.
Perhaps.
He couldn't handle the neutron style.
I wasn't used to dealing with the aristocracy when I met them the other night. Don't know if I made a great impression, but they seemed tense.
Hmm.
None of the kindred I've met seem to be very secure in their position.
The world changing quickly. I guess it's even harder for them.
Yeah,
You read history, when things change, some people adapt and change with them and some double down. Progress happens sooner or later, but it may be more or less painful.
I imagine it's a lot more painful when people can smash through brick walls at a whim.
that is interesting.
But as long as the clan stays strong, I'm sure everything will work out.
That is interesting. I didn't get any of that. I guess it's different for everyone.
Tony will head back and have all the instructions for where to dump the bodies.
All right, and Tony enters the card says, "All right, and I got a location where we can deal with the stiffs. Oh, also, we'll probably have a little bit of time afterwards. I was thinking of a little bit of New Year's shopping, if it were."
Don't think anything's open currently.
Oh, I was thinking of the illegal kind.
Oh.
No back to school supplies.
It depends on your definition of back to school supplies.
Oh. God damn it!
I did
You
all
walked
find
straight into that one, dog.
No! Fuck. Oh.
We're a few years too early for that.
Yep.
Uh,
Anyhow, let's go and dump some bodies in a stealthy fashion out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, how many stains will I take for mutilating the stiffs?
Oh yeah, I think 2 stains is completely reasonable, which means that we bring it down to 1, don't we?
What? That is... Hold on. I mean, they're just dead bodies. It's not like they're alive. I would argue that would be just 1, even without the fang. You're not... I'm not going to win this.
Well, if we're completely destroying the bodies, do we need to mutilate them first? If there's going to be nothing left of them wherever we're taking them, there's no need.
Oh, just smashed teeth, mutilated hands, and what else? What was the other thing?
Fingerprints.
Yeah, that's why I do the mutilated hands.
Oh, face.
Oh, yeah. Just take your fist up like this and go to the face like this.
Okay, yeah. Tony's bringing the strong medicine. Very strong medicine. Potent stuff here, yeah. Spicy, you could say.
Yeah, I would argue that I wouldn't even need to use prowess here, just a few strikes with lethal body.
Yeah, absolutely. He is incredibly strong. It's scary to behold, probably.
Just enough where the face is torso.
Given your immense success with your charisma streetwise here, with 6 successes, we're just gonna take half for the whole process of actually doing the rest. You've been given very good instructions from your fixer, and given, like, dexterity streetwise here is for the sneaky bit, is gonna be 7 plus lots of successes. Yeah, it's gonna happen. You're gonna go out there, you're gonna dump the bodies in an abandoned steel mill with a particularly deep well, probably. Maybe it even leads out to the ocean, to the lakes eventually, through... Maybe it had some kind of waste system to dispose of toxic chemicals, and goes through some kind of cleaning system or not cleaning system because it was the 60s or whatever.
After everything is said and done, Tony says, I would say that was probably the 3rd best hiding of a body after unplanned murder I've done.
Do you do this a lot?
Do you want me to answer that question truthfully?
Preferably.
Yes, many times.
I was supposed to say, yeah, you answer that after we had that drink. Sure, whatever. It's honesty.
Seems, doesn't it drain on you? Grate on you?
I have no idea what you mean.
Not too long ago, we were as fragile as that.
Leopold is actively sweating at this point.
Maybe as we're carrying the bodies, I say, remember, Leopold, don't lift with your back, lift with your hands.
You want him to help out with this?
Help me carry the bodies, you know?
Okay, I'm actually gonna give him stains now.
Leopold, I have only 1 strength. I do not have the physical strength to be dragging around 2 bodies.
You only have 1 point. Yeah, you only have 1 point of strength. You're doing everything.
Wait, I'm stronger than you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has Leopold's strength and athletics of 4 altogether, so he can definitely help out. But he's taking a stain for helping with this criminal endeavor.
Yeah, so Tony's just fucking goddamn.
Yeah, he's absolutely pale. He's not even trying to hide it, and there's a look of despair from Leo to Sylvester. He's looking at you, Sylvester, with this, what have we become? What are we doing? Look, he's not gonna leave. He is your best buddy, your bodyguard. He is there for you, but he is not there for Tony. That much is absolutely certain. The only reason he's doing this is because Sylvester is here.
Hashtag toxic Yowie.
I will try to quietly ask Sylvester, your person seems to be fraying at the edges. Are you sure you want them to remember this?
Remember, Sylvester, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Shit.
I'm willing to do you a favor if you want.
I'll hold on. I think Sylvester is gonna go up to Leopold and just like, you don't have to do this kind of stuff. I can probably do this on my own.
Forget about it.
In order to get rid of it last few
And
minutes.
Leo's just gonna look at you. No, Syl, you can't do that. This is exactly why you need me. Just points to his arms. It's fine, I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine.
You are
sure?
not.
You sure? You sure, man?
Blood is not fine right now.
No, he's not fine. But he's trying to pretend that he's fine. Since his composure and subterfuge is a grand total of 2, you can see right through him, and you know him very well. So nope, he's not fine, but he's trying very hard to just not vomit right now, and what would that be? That is probably a composure and resolve check, actually. I'm just gonna roll his willpower for not vomiting. What would be the difficulty here? 2, maybe?
That sounds good.
Steely resolve on this one. Steely resolve. Yeah, he keeps it together.
Impressive.
By the power of friendship, I will not vomit.
Having completed the task, I guess it's time for you to go and do some Christmas shopping. It's more like Boxing Day shopping, except after New Year's.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, number 6 with extra dip.
Exactly. What are we buying, Tony? Oh yeah, you're getting the thing for your assault rifle.
Yep. Turning it into an actual assault rifle. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Brit, brit.
All that.
Hi.
Did anyone else want to do any shopping at this shady place?
What do you mean? This is a perfectly respectable establishment.
It really isn't. What is this place gonna look like, Tony? It's like a place under a bridge somewhere, and they have a bunch of tarp up or a van, and it's not too far away from where you've dumped bodies, honestly, because Rust Belt place is perfect for shady stuff. And it's gonna be in an abandoned warehouse. There's a lot of that in Gary, and you're gonna have a guy. He's African American, has a nice black leather jacket, jeans, sneakers of whatever the latest brand is. Probably, actually, you remember those in the early 90s that blinked when you walked on them?
Oh yeah!
Yeah, those.
This is hilarious. I love this guy already.
Yeah, he has a bit of a beard to him, and he's, yeah, you want to do some business? I got everything for you here. Now, he has a gun, obviously, in his belt, because he's not gonna get robbed, and he has some muscle around, too, to make sure that all this is cool,
Yeah,
as
so,
it were.
basically, I say, yeah, I got a AR-15 and I'd like a fun switch for it.
Oh yeah, sure, my man. I can set you up. Let's see. Okay, so he's gonna name a decent price on that. You have resources too, so you can buy it. Anyone else want to buy some stuff from this guy?
Is he like the same size person as Kate? Or is he a bigger fella?
Oh, I forgot to mention that Tony is like 5'7" at best.
Perfect. Is he wearing a nice warm jacket?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Tony. Yes, sorry. The guy we're talking to.
Oh no, he is wearing. Yes,
Okay.
he's wearing a warm jacket because it's cold. He has like is a leather jacket, and on top of that, probably a parka, because it's winter.
Oh,
Man, damn, I need my coffee here. He's gonna drink some hot coffee, because he just keep the heat going, and he has fingered mittens with the fingertips cut off. Things like that.
I think Kate's just really picking up on the fact that the humans are cold. Wearing a open, like a loose shirt and a small vest isn't really cutting it for blending in.
It's not. It's really not.
But yeah. And I'm guessing all the normal shops are closed by this point, since it's 9 or 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's in fact midnight by now. You took an
about
hour to
midnight.
drive
So
back,
yeah,
and the things you've talked.
she's so much for the Parker and gloves.
Parker and gloves? What the hell? I'm selling guns here.
I'm cold.
Lady. Yeah,
I gotta
What
travel.
am I supposed to do? Freeze to death?
I'm
Stay
sorry.
warm.
I'm
And
sorry.
then he's immediately gonna name a price.
Yeah, and I'm guessing with resources too, I pay it.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely.
Tony looks at you with just astonishment. Like he hadn't just murdered 2 guys and mutilated their bodies.
But this guy's fine. He's just cold.
Yeah, he's cold.
But like, bro, you didn't think of that earlier? About getting gloves?
Oh no, I didn't touch the bodies.
No, but I'm not talking about
They
the
did
bodies.
not help
I'm
with
talking about
any of
your
the body moving.
Also,
I'm talking about you worrying about getting a good disguise, looking like you're a regular, normal human now.
technically,
brother.
Oh no, she looks normal.
She
She
looks
just doesn't
absolutely
fit the
I'm talking
current
about the
weather.
clothing. Yeah, that's what I mean. The weather. I'm talking about the clothing, the lack of jacket. You're gonna talk about this right now, right here, out of.
It's fine.
Oh, who's he gonna tell?
Fun story here. None of you except Leo will do the puffs of air as puffs of smoke when you breathe and talk to people. Because you're just too cold, unless you use the blush of life. All of you are basically walking masquerade breaches here, in case this guy is paying attention, which he might not be. But also, you do not leave fingerprints because you don't sweat. You're dead. And the only way to leave fingerprints is if you have this little. Our bodies as human beings constantly excrete a little bit of fat. And those oils, those are what creates the fingerprints when you touch something. When you're dead, you don't excrete that stuff. So you don't actually leave fingerprints on objects that are not already sticky.
If you've been a career criminal in life, that would be an incredibly difficult habit to break.
Yes, it would be. I'm assuming that Tony and Charlie are wearing gloves when they do crime stuff by nature because it's in your spines. But you don't need to breathe anymore, you don't need to blink anymore, you don't need to worry about fingerprints. Yeah. If you do Blush of Life, you get your blood will warm you just enough to produce the whole misty thing. But yeah, it's harder to keep the masquerade in the winter than it is during the summer.
Yeah.
We go hardcore here, friends.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Just most casual people won't. Like, they'll do a double take if they see someone in a short sleeve shirt in 1 degree weather.
Yeah, I don't think
Like, they will do a double take.
Normally, people will probably not react to you not having those puffs of air coming out. They're gonna notice that maybe they might not have noticed, but their brain noticed that there was something off with you. But they're not gonna go, oh my god, they're undead! Like, because they don't believe it.
No.
Right, so.
But they'll notice the
fact
fact that you're not rugged up in freezing weather.
Yeah.
There.
Maybe the fact that we're already in pretty sketch circumstances, this person will brush off the whole weird feeling as just, he's in a sketchy ass business.
Another.
Did anyone
Yeah,
leave?
This is also for anyone we encounter during the night as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was gonna say another funny one is because your body's always gonna be room temperature unless you have Blush of Life. If you're in a really humid area, you'll start getting covered in condensation.
Yep.
I was about to ask, does it look like this guy only sells weapons or other things as well?
If you want some drugs, he can set you up, I'm sure.
Maybe not today, but I think Sylvester will activate Blush of Life and at least ask if that's something he does sell.
Oh god, that is going to look so suspicious. None of us are breathing mist, and then suddenly you start.
He has kept quiet until now, so...
That's fair.
Yeah, I am no longer not hungry.
You are no longer not hungry. Oh, and you have a bestial failure going on here. Let's get a compulsion
That's for
going.
rising the blood, though.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you are
he...
now having the whole Blush of Life in you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, sure, I
suppose
can
it's
set you up with some stuff. What you want? Speed, uppers, downers, just some nice smokes. I got it.
Maybe not tonight, but could I come back at some point, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm not staking. What do you think? I'm like some kind of department store here? No, I move. You gotta know where I'm at. Yeah, I don't want 5-0 coming down here. I gotta move. Gotta keep moving.
Say I wanted to buy from you tomorrow night. Where would you be then?
I'll put out
Kind of
word.
like a little more hushed.
He's gonna just have his eyes glance towards Tony and Charlie, who are obviously the lowlifes of this group, and go, well, I'll put a word out. No problem. You can always trust me. Yeah, yeah. What is his name? We need some good name for this guy. Clearly, he's now obviously canonical. That's...
Yeah, no, we're gonna be talking to this guy a lot, I feel.
Yeah, Sylvester says that last part a little bit hushed because he knows his retainer is not a fan of him buying drugs.
By the retainers in the car.
Exactly.
But yeah, he doesn't want to come back to the car with just cocaine under his arm, so...
Yeah, you will know him as Sweetcakes.
Man, love it. I love it, man.
Brings the sweets. I'm Sweetcakes. You bring the sweets. The goodies you want to have. All of them.
I was thinking about criminal names. There's in Iceberg Slim's Trick Baby, which is about con artists. They conning a guy from New York called Buster Bang. And one of them starts having second thoughts.
Or every gang member name is always like vaguely homoerotic. I literally know one guy who called himself Starburst or some shit. Sorry, it was Starbright. It's just that it's so ingrained in my head to call him Starburst.
So, is anyone buying a gun from this guy? Yes, no, maybe so.
No.
No.
I'm gonna be. Can I buy a suppressor?
A suppressor? Ooh, yeah, that could probably be available. What are our resources here? Resources 2? I think you can afford a suppressor. Probably.
Yeah, they're not that expensive.
Yeah, he'll fix that
Yeah,
for you.
I'll attach it to my pistol.
You now have a suppressor.
It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
I guess in that case, I'll try and see if he's got a crowbar.
Yeah, crowbar is available.
Yep, I'll grab a crowbar.
Since earlier this night we actually saw a guy get staked, and Charlie wants a bulletproof vest.
A bulletproof vest? Oh dear.
It's like stab proof as well.
Okay, what level is the plate? There are different levels of plates.
Just about any level stop a wooden stake, though, if that's all you
Oh
want.
yeah, but if we're talking about anything stronger than a wooden stake, you might want to talk levels. Level 1, level 4. Do we want to be able to stop rifle rounds?
Charlie has already been shot, and that didn't bother him too much. This is more like a conceal. What's the toughest you can get that's undershirt that's concealable?
Probably level 4. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably going to be some kind of reinforced clothing. Let's have a look. Now, for vampires, armor really doesn't do much normally. Unless you're attacked by something that does aggravated damage.
It's very much like it. If it hurts you, if it doesn't, it can't.
Each point of armor changes 1 point of aggravated damage from puncturing or bladed weapons to superficial damage. But you're vampires, so you don't take aggravated damage from puncturing or bladed weapons. This protection is generally only useful to mortals and thin bloods.
Okay, what about bullets, though? What about if someone...
Same thing.
Oh.
You're already, by being dead, you're already wearing armor.
Okay, that's fucking ridiculous. That's awesome.
What about a wooden stake, though? If it was driven hard into your chest, would armor stop it from having the paralyzing effect?
No. Not in V5, as the rules as written. We can always discuss. I'm open to house rule stuff, but not this, but we'll do that in the Discord later on. Unless it comes up. Did you want to buy a flak jacket or reinforced clothing or something like that? I think reinforced clothing is basically what you can get here.
Well,
does Charlie
there's-
really have any guns?
Charlie, I don't know. Yeah, you have a pistol. That's it.
I guess with a bulletproof clothing or reinforced clothing, that will explain why you would be able to, quote unquote, not die from being attacked.
That's a good anti-masquerade breach. Just an excuse you can wear.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
Yeah, I'm assuming I have a bag or something I would have brought that has my like gear in it.
Yep.
I guess if I've already got a pistol, I guess no reason not to get a silencer if we're buying silencers. And
True.
Since we're buying all sorts of shit, I guess I can maybe add another thing to the grocery list here.
Okay.
So I was thinking 2 scopes. One, a longer range scope with a lot of magnification. Something that you put on like a hunting rifle.
Yep.
And then another one that's like a red dot. Better
Laser.
for... No, not laser. Not laser
They have
sight. Maybe laser sight. But laser sight and sights are
back
different.
then. Had ACOGs been invented then?
Yes, I believe so, actually. I do know for a fact that laser beams at this point are around
yeah,
for the
absolutely.
guns. Yeah. And I do have one idea. I was thinking one of those 80s style, the Terminator with the massive laser sight on the Terminator's 1911.
Yeah.
I was thinking one of those for my characters in 1911.
All right. That makes sense.
Then a long range scope that's probably a hunting scope, basically. For the
No.
rifle.
We have all of the things.
Don't
Since we've
worry,
got
I will
like-
be back with more items.
Not at all.
Since we've got a guy here who can supply us with all sorts of guns, should everybody who can shoot just get an assault rifle now so we've got the firepower when we need it?
I don't know that you can
You don't-
afford
you-
enough. So,
You don't want to give an assault rifle to Sylvester, please, I beg of you.
They are
Oh.
difficult to lug around and conceal.
This
Yeah,
is also
unlike a
very
crowbar.
A switchblade is all I need.
Unlike a crowbar, yes.
All right, so overall, my shopping list is looking like this: laser sight for the 1911, long range scope for the rifle, automatic thing for the rifle. There's maybe one more thing, maybe 2 more things actually. No, just one more thing: a bipod for the rifle as well, just in case I need to do sniping.
Very well.
So I think that'll be everything for now.
Cakes is very happy. Pleasure doing business with
And
you.
AR
If I could
won't
just
get you
make-
that far, to be unfortunately.
An AR. Gee, we're talking assault rifle stuff here.
You can do all sorts of ridiculous shit with an AR. You can turn an AR rifle into a pistol easily.
Yeah, baseline AR though is going to give you about an accurate range of about 500 yards.
Did anyone want to buy
Turning
one
an
of
AR
those?
into a pistol. That's like the opposite way around of O.J. Simpson in that, is it Naked Gun film? You know, where it starts with a pistol and just starts putting more and more stuff on it until he's got a belt-fed machine gun.
Are we done then?
Basically, what I'm going to do to this AR-15, like, just have 2 separate, like, things for it. Like, one for ultra, just, like, sniper bullshit, and another version for short to mid-range.
I will warn you, B5 gun rules are not that great. Like as far as
No.
it's very simplified.
Yep.
I
Just
would
one-
definitely be able to argue that with a bipod and scope, I would definitely be able to get a bonus on sniping.
Yeah.
As well, if we are going to get, if we're going to get some more assault rifles than you already have, we are going to be carrying it around in Sylvester's van. So it's, I guess Sylvester gets a say if he wants to take the chance of getting caught riding dirty. It's with that concealable
Maybe
weapons on the
not,
body.
because he uses that for the rest of his band, so it would be awkward to just have a ton of weapons in there.
Yeah. Nobody has actually bought an AR at this point. You just bought stuff
Already
to
have an
the
AR, so I don't need to buy an AR.
Could I
Yeah.
just make a character change with the blood sorcery? just to swap the taste of blood for corrosive vitae,
Okay.
just because I'm reading through the spells
For sure.
for the first time.
For sure.
I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If we're all done now, the last thing I say to Sweetcakes before we leave is, I have a feeling we'll be seeing each other again.
Always open for business, my man.
Hell yeah.
Pleasure.
Same here.
I think it took a while for you to do all this, so at this stage, I think it's maybe time to return to Chicago for a particular meeting with a particular person.
Mhm.
Makes
Right
sense.
now, basically, Tony, I like to think Tony has basically like a Walmart plastic bag or some shit filled with pod, a
Stuff.
scope, laser sight. Not the laser sight. He probably put the laser sight on his pistol on the way over.
Are we
And
gonna get
also
all the
we
way
run
back
into
to
the police.
Chicago? We're gonna get all the way to Chicago and you realize you didn't buy any 5.56?
That's-
Oh, also, Mikkel,
yes.
should I place the thing that on the AR-15 in my inventory that it's fully automatic now, or will about to be?
You'll have to fix it later on. Obviously, you don't have the time to
All right,
bring
that makes
out
sense.
your tool work to fix it at the moment.
Yeah.
Also, that would be quite unnerving, someone trying to do rifle maintenance in a crowded car.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're right. So I guess all I'll be doing is adding the laser sight to the 1911 and putting it back in its holster for now.
That works. Yeah.
You actually holster it when it's got a massive laser sight attached to it.
We know who we're meeting? Or does Kate know who we're meeting?
The prince.
Look,
Oh my
You'd
God.
be surprised on what you could hide with a baggy pair of pants.
Okay.
Are we done with the gun stuff for the moment?
Yes,
I
we're
think so, yeah.
favorite
Never
part of
have,
this-
never have El Duende in a gun store. That's clearly.
Yeah, I will nerd out for 3 hours about exactly what I need for any sort of job related to guns.
Oh dear. The good news is that you're actually going to the near south side of Chicago, so it's not extremely far to go.
It's good, otherwise we'd be late.
Otherwise, you'd be late. Yeah. Look at this place. It's a lovely place, isn't it? You have all the big venues here. You have Soldier Field. You have the Field Museum of Natural History, which is a very nice building in classical style, very inspired by the Romans and everything. Yeah.
Throwback.
Yeah.
All right.
There is, at this hour, there is definitely not a whole lot of people around here, as you might understand.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah, very strange. It's a very impressive stone building, large parking lots on every side, Lakeshore Drive, so you can basically do the highway all the way up here. Since it's getting close to 3 a.m., the museum is very much closed to the public. But you have been instructed to enter anyway and tell
All right.
the guards that you are here to see the person you're here to see.
We should definitely park the van so that we can go straight onto Lakeshore Drive and bolt back south again if it all goes to hell.
Yep, makes sense.
I believe if it all goes to hell with the prince there, we'll be dead.
That could be the case.
You never know. Look, Mikkel is our DM. Maybe we'll get lucky.
I don't think we can put this on the DM.
El Duende has seen me roll dice before.
Yeah, I have seen you fumble dice rolls in a way that have saved our campaigns.
Yes, this is true.
Which point? So there's no guards outside the building, obviously.
No,
There's guards
no.
on the inside.
There's
Yeah.
guards on the inside, yes.
Do you
Yeah.
know? Do any of you know an entrance? I doubt we should
Well,
go
we
in the
could
front
probably
door.
just lockpick one of the doors.
That's not going to set up any burglary alarm. You were literally told to just knock on the door.
Oh, in that
Oh.
case. Oh, I guess I'll knock on the front door then.
Yeah, it's going to take a moment before the night watchman comes up and goes, "Ah, it's closed, get lost."
We're here for the prince.
And at that point, the night watchman becomes more like a robot and goes, "Very well," and goes and opens the door for you.
Yep.
That's
That was-
freaky as hell. And I say out loud.
Someone's talented at domination.
Yep. And you enter the museum. Yeah, the Field Museum of Natural History has all sorts of wonderful displays. Of course, it's dark now. Half of the lights are turned off, so many corners are in deep shadow. There are lofty ceilings. You're walking over the heavy marbled floor and hearing the hollow echoes of your shoes. Some of them are sneakers, others are very nice shoes, and the hollow echo will reflect this. There are columns around you in classic style. Oh yes. There is basically, after you've gone through the cordon where you buy tickets and whatnot, right there behind is a great hall with an enormous reconstruction of a mammoth skeleton. And standing there is a fellow in a suit. He is looking over this display. And yeah, he has turned to you.
Yes, this is a time for Sense the Unseen, just to
Mhm.
see if we're actually alone here.
I'm not saying anything. I don't want to die. Go do.
You
Why don't
don't?
you go do introductions?
Very strange.
I say while patting you on the back, urging you to go to the prince.
Good
I guess
evening.
as we were coming over, had any of you met the prince earlier, or?
No.
Nope,
No,
not at all.
Sylvester just talked to him over the phone. That's pretty much it.
What's the strongest connection we have?
Good
Yes.
evening, neonates. You hear him say. He's still not looking at you. He's still looking at the mastodon. But you recognize the voice there, Sylvester. Definitely the same voice.
I guess I say in response, "Good evening, dude. I'm guessing you're the prince."
And I'm gonna bow, hopefully better than last time.
Dude.
Dude.
Huh. You come to my city and you fling colloquials at me?
Yes?
Apologies.
Someone is gonna try to rescue...
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna try. I'm not persuasive. I'm good at lying.
Anyone has etiquette at all?
No.
Tony
No.
has negative etiquette.
I've got 3 total in etiquette, which isn't
Goldtooth
bad.
Charlie has a 4 total with charisma. Sylvester has no etiquette.
Well,
I'm
no.
guessing Leo is in the van at this point and just waiting for you guys to come back out.
I think Sylvester is gonna speak up. Good evening, Your Highness would be more appropriate.
He nods. Still hasn't even turned to look at you guys.
Thank you for welcoming us to your city. It was a great honor to be summoned.
Yes, I understand you're all recently created. Without the prince's permission, apparently. Are you aware of the penalty for that?
I think so.
Wait, just to be out of character, I wasn't turned in this
Nope, you
in
were
his
not.
region.
Nope, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
So it's not breaking any rules to turn someone outside of their jurisdiction.
I
Nope.
silently mouthed to whoever's next to me, "We are so fucking dead."
I can't speak for the others, but turned in California some time ago at this point. Not without any breaches to your rule.
Okay, what is it with Californians in our group and having weird accents?
I'm Australian. I
The-
can't help it.
Slight pitch,
It's
the slight pitch of this man's voice is enough to send shivers down your spines. This is, of course, a social combat moment brought to you by V5. So if you don't want to get absolutely intimidated by this man, Why don't we roll composure and let's see. We could go with an insight. That could work.
Or
Any
Yes.
other suggestions you might have? How are you defending against the coldness of his voice? Tony is not doing well.
Is there a difficulty?
The difficulty is the number of successes that he scored, which are
Oh yeah, contested. Sorry.
yeah,
Yep.
which are 7.
Yeah, so not a chance.
insight and
Yeah,
combat?
I'm not even gonna roll that.
No, you will, because otherwise you're gonna take. It's gonna measure how many willpower points
Ah,
damage you
fair-
take
ah,
from
fair
just
enough.
general fear of this person.
Fair enough.
So we're deducting here.
Okay, so insight and composure.
I guess the blood thing is you get to add bonus dice.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I'll learn the mechanics.
Nice from Sylvester there.
Mm.
Goldtooth Charlie has not rolled anything yet.
I'm just gonna take the L here. I already know I'm not gonna do this.
All right.
Ooh.
This is going well for you all. I think none of you have ever realized just in how much peril you are. This man has ultimate power over unlife and final death in this place. With a snap of his fingers, he can order you staked for the sun. And he's also likely to be very old and might just be able to, seeing as he's allegedly Ventru, shrug off whatever you might throw at him and just tear you limb from limb. Yeah, it's
In
not
other
the
words,
best
we
nightmare.
are so fucked.
Let's see now. Franklin is gonna. Yeah, okay. That's 4 points of willpower damage and 6 points in total. You're gonna take 2 points of aggravated as well, just from hearing him speak to you in this particular matter. I rolled ridiculously well, not gonna lie. Sorry, El Duende is disappointed of suddenly rolling well.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
No.
that is, of course, also going to mean that Goldtooth Charlie is equally fearful. And Kate rolled, what was that? 1 success? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not good.
Hey, at least I've met elders before.
You have. Sylvester rolled
6.
very well indeed. Only a single point of willpower damage to you. And Tony had, what, 1 success? Or how many was it?
Free.
3. Nice. Only 4 points.
Fucking yikes.
Yeah, this guy does not play around. He is made of sterner stuff. He's going to
Yeah.
turn around and look at you all. And you claim to be emissaries of Modius. He looks strangely young to your eyes. Early 30s, TV show host style, you would think. Though, given how he is just the demeanor of his body, the body posture, body language, the ultimate dignity and calm in his eyes. He straightens his tie a little bit. Business suit, obviously. Can I see the message that Modius has sent to me?
Sylvester has it.
Yeah,
Everybody's
Sylvester
just
roll,
shifting around here and being... Oh, Franklin, by
Sylvester.
the way, bestial failure. Feel free to roll.
Yes.
Mine's
propulsion.
paranoia.
Yeah, you're sure that
Yeah.
you're gonna die any moment.
Where's the
Yeah,
bestial
yeah, that makes
failure
sense.
roll? Where's the table for it? I'll roll it real quick. So it's a D10, I believe.
Yeah, rollable tables and compulsions. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. So which one do I roll again for this one?
You
I see,
roll the
like,
compulsions, and you click the word compulsions, and then you click the roll button on the bottom right of the table.
Okay. Okay, I see it now.
Harm. Interesting. Let's do some harm, shall we?
All right, so let's see how.
Harm in a social situation.
Opening your mouth at this point.
You will want to harass and torture this guy.
Great.
You will fucking die.
Which
Yeah,
is not
well,
strange, because Franklin has heard a lot of bad stuff about Prince Loden, haven't you? A tyrant. And
So how
nothing
does
is
the
done
couple-
so
Apparently suicidal.
Yes, I am. Witness me.
Witness me.
I guess this would be the sealed letter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking into it. Says this. Do I have to like just immediately start talking smack, or how's this
Absolutely
actually
not.
work?
You'll have a 2 dice penalty to your pool until you have satisfied the urge, but you can just shut up if you want to.
That's
Yeah.
the best move. Shutting
Yeah,
your
I'm-
mouth and praying to God that you survive this shit.
I am currently just going to seethe.
Yep, Franklin is just standing there and seething. Yet both fists are just absolutely clenched. But Sylvester's delivering the letters over, and the man in question
Yeah.
will
He will just
thank
hand it with a smile, although probably like a smile that is like slightly twitching at the corner of his mouth, considering the willpower damage.
you. Yeah. And of course, the man is looking back at you, and there is a slight smirk there. You don't know if it's a smile because you were being polite, or if it's a smile because he's going to kill you in 5 minutes. Hard to tell.
Could be both.
Could be both at the same time, actually. Yeah, he's looking over the letter. Very well. Yes. Interesting letter. He actually breaks the seal, and of course, and looks into it. Very well. Please tell me about yourselves. Who are you? Why did Modius accept you? He's gonna look at Sylvester first, because Sylvester delivered the
Sorry, Sylvester.
letter.
I am Sylvester Bjornsson, child of. He goes by many names, usually Baron Whitker, from Clan Malkavian. For what reason he has accepted me is a little unknown, but I reside in Gary, and that's where I perform.
Very well. A performing Malkavian. Not the first time in this region. Looks towards Tony, because Tony started with the dude stuff.
I'm Tony Hernandez of Clan Bruja.
Yeah,
I have a
that's not
few.
gonna be received terribly well.
I have a few theories as to why he accepted me. I've heard one, and that he might be looking for a blood bag to drink from, but it could be that he's searching for cannon fodder.
At this point, the man is smiling a bit. A blood bag to drink. Modius is many things, but I don't think he would do that. I don't think he's old enough. Though
Yes.
if he were, I'm pretty sure that you would be on the list, he says. He's gonna look at the... I don't think... Yeah, he might look at the Nosferatu now.
Grits my teeth slightly, but then speaks up.
Tony is just thankful that he's done talking.
Franklin Reed, Clan Nosferatu. My sire is Yerkes.
Jurgis Rudkus.
Yes.
He is a subject of this domain. Huh. That is interesting. Thank you for being honest. Once again, you don't know if you've just signed your death warrant or not. But he's looking at
Exactly.
Kate at this point.
Yep. My name is Kate Peretti from Clan Tremere. I was sent as an emissary to develop relations with the prince.
Indeed. So the clan is establishing a foothold in Gary as well. There is a chantry here in Chicago.
You are very generous then.
And finally, looking toward Goldtooth Charlie.
Charlie, for the love of God, do not say some shit.
He just says, Charlie, I had a night out end a different way than I was expecting. And then ended up in Garrett.
What clan are you of, Charlie?
Idea.
Ah, a wayward caitiff. Seems like Modius wants to accept just about anyone. Very well, neonates. I think you should be granted an audience with the prince. My name is Edward Neely, and I am the Princess Sinesco. I needed to verify that you are in fact not plotting to do anything bad to the prince. And he's again gonna look towards Franklin.
I'm just gonna frown a little bit, but not say anything.
I will apologize for the deception, but it was necessary to verify your credentials. I will arrange the meeting. You will go to Soldier's Field. It's not far from here. You will stand on the 50-yard line. And you will stand there at 7 a.m. this morning.
7 a.m.
Yes. You will be given a ride from there. And be perfectly safe. I guarantee it.
Just out of character, would it still be dark out by then?
Yep, it's January 1st. It's,
Good.
yeah, it's still dark. It's winter. For those of you who want to check when the sunrise is,
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
like an intelligence?
yeah, why not? Intelligence, I don't know, academics maybe.
Sure.
So Kate will be amazing at this.
Man. This was...
Yeah, so sunrise will be at about 20 past 7.
That's
It
close.
will be cutting it close, but it will be workable. Very
You
good.
know what? The real threat here isn't the sun. It's that we'll all be asleep very soon afterwards.
Very good. Welcome to Chicago. And he's just expecting you to leave now.
Yeah, I think I'll do just that then.
I have.
Toodaloo.
I think-
You've just made a new connection, Tony. Yay!
Yay! But I like to think that, alright, Tony's hands after he leaves the room are trembling at this point. Like, just...
And Sylvester's made a new acquaintance. Ish.
I know. He met up with the person he was supposed to meet up with, so...
Yeah.
You want to have a quick fist fight, Tony, and just get this out?
Oh, that was way too fucking close.
And there we will end this session on a bit of a cliffhanger. Though, I guess, waiting on the 50-yard line at 7 a.m. could also be a cliffhanger. And we will be back in a week for those who are interested in taking part in this little story. Thank you
Sounds
for
good.
running in.
I'm guessing if any players were to leave the campaign right now, we have a very good explanation for what happens to their character.